Hello and welcome to the Natural Ones here on Twitch and in the future, YouTube. With me today I have Agni. Uh, give a brief description of who your character is.
Alrighty. Well, I play Lila, an Earth Genasi cleric, who sometimes struggles to keep her party out of trouble. But for the most part, we've survived everything we've tried to accomplish. And she's currently worried about what's going on with her father and the prison transfer that we're planning for.
All right. That's definitely something very important. And next we have Travis. Who's your character and brief description?
Sure. I'll keep it real brief this time since I took up most of the session last time. I'll be playing Soulstar. I'm half elf, 10 parts rogue, 1 part bard.
All right. Deadly combo. Next we have Kelly. Who's your character and a brief description?
I'm playing Braun Braskball, Echo Knight Dwarf. Just recently recovered a bunch of his memories and his past, and is still trying to kind of figure out who he is and who he's supposed to be, I guess. And I'm just trying to keep these assholes alive.
Fair enough. We are down 1 player, but that's not going to stop us today because off to the races we go. After leaving Avalon, you have managed to get back into Scylla's Vengeance, Soulstar's ghost ship, and are headed north to Portsmouth Point. Quite a few days' journey there, but along doing so, you do learn of the room that has the waypoint station inside, so you know you can teleport from your ship to wherever you need to go in case of an emergency. And there is a ringing on the tablet.
I will pull it out and look at it.
All right. You see Nactus, the pirate king of Kingsport. He's all smiles. Ah, friends! Good to see you alive. Looks like you're headed north from what my spies have managed to tell me. Headed to Portsmouth Point.
Yep.
Excellent. You're a few days early, but that's for the benefit. I've already have a group of people there waiting to tell you the plan and maybe even a friendly face that you've helped before ready to return the favor.
Always happy to see a friendly face.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, I will leave it up to them. If there's anything else that comes up on my end, I will let you know. Oh, and we will be executing one Tenzin Mappa.
I think that's the one guy.
Okay. When is this going to happen? Because I would love to be there.
Tenzin was the drow. Hold on, I got my character wrong. Because you guys, Tenzin Mappa was the one with the Necronomicon.
Yeah, I was going to say, I want to be there.
Who the fuck? Oh, Von Trusk.
Oh, yes.
The one
Okay.
that captured.
Mm-hmm.
And
That we put in the sleeper cuffs and stuff.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it couldn't be worse than the last execution we went to.
Were we just talking about the Von Trusk vault or something?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't he involved in that?
Got those keys.
The Von Trusk is a rich name. His father is part of the Dominion Empire and manages their money. And money and gold is not the only thing they have in that vault.
Yeah. You didn't find any keys on him or anything, did you?
No, he was not really carrying much on him.
Yeah,
Probably
imagine.
SOP for the syndicate when they're on the field.
Yeah, and imagine, sounds like Dad was holding his purse strings anyway.
It's very true.
Let me see here. There was something I had about on the trusks as well.
Well, either way, you guys keep safe travels. Any hiccups, let me know. But we've got quite the plan. We got a limited window to get to the train and off the train. But I know if there's anybody that can do it, it's you.
Sounds good. We'll keep you informed if we run into anything.
Sounds like a plan. How do you turn this thing off? Oh, it turns off.
What was it that I had on the trusks now?
And then a few days later, your vengeance ship docks at Portsmouth Point. You see all kinds of frog folk going about their day. Even some elves and a furball couple walking a tiny dog down the street. As you
Before we depart my ship, I would like to hand the crew who's going to stay aboard. I'm going to hand them some sheet music to a song that I'd like them to rehearse by the time we get back.
Take the sheet
That's
music.
right. I want to have it. I want to have it to have a nice quick tempo, nice lively beat. I believe in you guys. I heard some really great moaning the other night, and there's some really great voices in this crew.
Get them to
I'll
throat
put them to
sing.
good use.
Yeah. All right. And as the group is exiting off the ship, Braun, can you make a perception check for me?
That'd be a 9.
9. All right. As you come off the deck, you see a similar looking frog to Darlin. But he's got this frog folk's got a nice scar down the right side of his eye.
Okay. And you said there were a lot of frog folk around?
Yep.
Okay. But this one
But we
looks pretty
haven't-
similar.
Yep, he's on
But we
the
haven't
docks
seen
next
any
to your
of the-
ship, and he's stacking boxes on the
Okay.
docks.
But we haven't seen any of the supposed frogs that are turned into.
That is
Dogs.
correct.
Okay.
I saw someone walking a dog, though. Wouldn't be the same, though. Anyway.
Right. This figure turns over to the group, sets down a box. Well, then, you must be the natural ones. Here for a little prisoner heist, huh? Sounds like quite the adventure.
Keep it down.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. He pulls up his sleeve, and there is a dagger drawn in the form of a shadow on his arm. Used to be one of the veiled blades. Up, of course, until my brother killed our parents. So, being twins, I had to put an end to him, and then we ended up banishing him. Pathological liar. Kept on saying that birds weren't real or a psyop. All kinds
You
of
wouldn't
crazy
be-
things.
You wouldn't be talking about some crazy bastard named Darlin, would you?
Yeah, Darlin, he's my brother. I'm Garlin.
Of course you are.
Oh.
Well, we had a pretty interesting conversation with him.
I bet you did. And I bet it was all full of shit. Did he give you like a key or something?
Did he give us a key?
He gave you a key, Braun.
He did, in fact.
I would it's just kindling for a fire. He whittles and makes those keys all the time, says it's for something important. Never is. Ain't nothing here that key's gonna open, let alone a door.
Mm-hmm.
I told you that guy was so full of shit.
I'm gonna go hang on to it just in case.
Suit yourself. We got some friend of yours, Prince Nactus. We got a group of people. We've got Trevor Fellhard of the Winds of Proclamation. Timmy Dykstra with the Veiled Blades. And a Rem Varem. As
Vroom vroom?
Rem Varem, yes.
Vroom,
Vroom, vroom.
What was the Trevor who?
That was Trevor Fellhard.
Fell hard.
We'll say, do you have a safe place that we can go and?
Well, there, before I got cut off, I was finishing my sentence, but they're all waiting for you at the Hold My Goblet Tavern. We just call it colloquially the Goblet, shorter, but it's just down over across the street by the Dutch Hunters.
The Dutch
Sure, I can go
Hunters.
for a drink.
Yeah, it's a fancy restaurant. But just on the other side of the street, you'll see the Goblet. When you go right in, I'm pretty sure you'll find everybody you need there.
Yeah.
Are you not coming?
No, I got gear to load up for all the shipments of goods. With all these bigwigs of these secret societies here, we're quite busy stocking all the stuff that they need and transporting. And of course, if you've got time to spare, there's a bulletin with all kinds of things that could be helpful for us around town. If not, we all wish you a good day. Take it easy.
You darling. Pleasure.
Well, you guys know me. I'm always heading straight to the bar, but if you think there's anything else we should do before we go to the Goblet,
I think so. I'm pretty sure we can head straight there.
Not unless there's a bar on the way.
well, technically there's a bar wherever I am, so maybe we should head towards the one where we're supposed to meet people.
Let's do it.
All right, so you guys head on down. You see a little, you see like a shop, and over the door there's a little sort of intricately etched sign called "Hold My Goblet," and it depicts one person standing in dukes, in fisticuffs, and another person turning over to another person, and airlines to the quote, "Hold my goblet," as their other hand is conjuring a fire blast.
Nice.
And as you enter, there's people doing fire dances and drumming up people coming in. And you are greeted by a Gilda Hansen. Well, hello. Welcome to the Goblet. What can I do for you today?
We're looking for some friends.
Oh, friends, you say? Well, we do have a room upstairs with a bunch of important people. They said they were waiting for 4 more. I'm assuming you probably the 4.
That would be us.
Excellent. Well, go ahead and head up the stairs to your left. And if there's anything else that you need, we will send up a waiter to the room shortly.
Okay.
All right.
Thank
well,
you, Gilda.
You're on board.
Also, I would like to give her a couple gold coins for her discretion.
Well,
Make
thank
sure
you very much.
nobody comes up the stairs there.
Oh, wait. I know my job. Thank you very much.
Perfect.
Up you go.
Head upstairs.
And there's two cloaked figures in purple robes. They look up and open the door for you. It's a small lit room. The table is about as big as the room. And you see Remvarem sitting down and stands up as you enter the room. Good to see you, my friends. It's been a while.
Room, what's up, man?
It's a Remvarem. But nice to meet you, little one.
I guess I started that.
Well, please take a seat. You mean 4 more drinks on the house, please. All right. Well, welcome. We're here with some representatives. We have Trevor of the Winter Proclamation. He has got an interesting bit of knowledge, a finding near one of the train tracks. It's why we chose this selection of train rail to use as a great point to extract your father.
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm Trevor. We found one of them way stations that you have mentioned of using before. Well, at least your friends Alex and Celia have, and so we're thinking that's the point where you guys have to get off the train. But let me grab my map. Just 1 second.
He's rustling through his stuff as I'm rustling through my Chrome tabs to find the right map. Sure. And then switch to share screen.
All right. So the blue square flag is where we're going to start. That's where you got to get on the train. The red flag is where you need to get off so you can get to that way station. Now we have Barley down in Satori waiting. So if you to rush Edrick into safety, far away from the Dominion Empire. But of course, if all shit goes wrong, we do have Ashavas Meyer in her ship and Belphegor's deceit. So if you fail to hit the waypoint, we need you to head north and around to Belphegor's. It's just a backup in case things go haywire, which they could very well do.
Mm-hmm.
And then Timmy here, he's got the horses for you all to travel. It's going to be quite a few days travel to get to the area. And we also have, Timmy speaks up, yes. There's the horses, and we also have some disguises for you so you can fit in with the Dominion Empire. It's a heavy presence in the area, and we don't want you to get caught before the mission can be started. Now, there is a danger of being on the train for too long, because as soon as it gets reported that there's been an attack on the train, well, there'll be Dominion forces coming from Belphegor's Deceit, Halcyon City, and the Sentry headquarters just south of here at Portsmouth Point.
We got a narrow window, but I'm sure we can do it. It's going to be taking some teamwork and everybody doing their best at the same time. But this is what we have. We do know that the prisoner transport is not. Well, they're using as you say, a rural train set. It's not set up to look like a prisoner transport, but it's been manufactured on the interior to be one. Now, we've tracked this train multiple times, and there is about 5 guards normally in the train guarding it. So, main one at a time, please.
Here's a question. If we're going after the prison portion of the transport, is there anything else on that train besides that? Or is it just specifically for that?
It's specifically for transporting prisoners and high-level ones, such as your father. That's why they have the exterior disguise, so it doesn't look like your average prisoner transport. Not to cause suspicion.
Okay.
And so we'll head to the checkpoint, the red flag area first to get the...
No, you head to the blue.
Blue.
Well, no, my thought process was because you said there was a teleport thing there. We have to activate that at least once to have it, and then head to the blue and kind of back. Like, that's where we would head back, but I guess I misunderstood.
Well, we could activate it when
Activate it on our way out.
That
Yeah.
is true, too.
Yes. As the train is heading west to east.
Right.
So you want to get on at the blue flag and then get off at the red flag. We have set markers for you to see when you're on the train, and a couple of horses hitched to the way station in case things go wrong.
As something always will go wrong, but that's why we adapt.
Yeah, it seems too straightforward. It almost feels like a trap. You said there's only 5 guards on the...
I'm trying to... Yes, it's 5 guards, but they are not your normal guards. They are the Dragon Forge, the ones that have been encased in Tiamat scales, as made by Edrick.
Okay.
But yes, it does sound sketchy, but that is why I'm going with you. I figure payback is indeed needed, and you've helped me multiple times, and it's time I help you in return.
Okay.
Now, I've got a few ideas running through my head, and I'm just going to put them out on the table. You guys pick them up, put them down, whatever. So I'm thinking we're here for one person only, and that is your father, Lila. He's destined to be in just a single cell of this entire train. We don't need to steal the entire train. We don't need to knock out the entire train. We only need that one part, that one section that he's in. What if we disconnect that section from the rest of the train? So the rest of the train and those guards keep going while the rest of the train stays behind on the track. And then we extract your father that way. That way we can cut the resistance in half.
That could work. It just depends on how things work out.
I got a couple blasting arrows.
Getting to the red marker would definitely be harder. Since more than likely our section won't be connected to the engine anymore, but if it really just depends on which car he's in, because if he's in the car right behind the engine, that works out, because then we can take the conductor out. But if he's anywhere in the middle or near the end, depending on how many cars long it is. Could be a very short one. It could just literally be 2, maybe 3 cars long. So that would definitely complicate things. I don't know how much.
The train is 5 cars long. There is one for a couple of cargo and with wood, and then all kinds of metal, and then there's 3 cabin. So we don't know which one Edrick is in, but we know he's in one of the 3.
Okay. So we're probably just going to have to, wherever we end up getting on the train, we're going to have to work our way through those 3 cars until we find them. Also, some of those prisoners might be helpful in the escape, if anything, as a distraction.
Again, there's only one prisoner.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's just the one.
It's just
okay.
It's just Edrick.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
I like where your head's at, stuff.
Okay. Well, let's assume we're going to have to take out all the guards, or at least hold them back while we jump off the train or whatever.
Well, no, I have a modified version of my idea just now. What if instead of like all of us jumping the car at the same time, one of us causes a distraction in the rear, pulling the guards to the rear of the train, and then we uncouple that last box, send the guards down the rail while we continue the train down to the checkpoint.
Could possibly
I could at least distract a few of them.
Mm-hmm.
At least initially, and then we can all jump in and maybe jump the last 1 or 2 guards guarding prisoners. Excuse me, your father.
That could work. We have a lot of options. There's some spells I have that could possibly work as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to figure that out. I always have. Oh, you know what? That would be great to prepare.
All right. So we also have Zach Dumpling here. He is supplying the horses and the feed and the rations for your trip, and he will be pretty much off in the mountains and watching everything go down. If anything goes haywire, we will be sending more veiled blades to your rescue if it turns into a total shit show.
Yeah. Yeah. Do we have an option to stop the train somewhere if our plan doesn't work? Can we at least stop it?
Well,
from
that's up to
getting
you to stop it.
Okay. Okay.
I don't like this. It still feels like a trap. Why are they moving? Oh, if I could just ask a couple background questions. Do you know why they're moving? Lila's father?
Well, apparently they want to send him down to the Von Trusk vault. Apparently there's another, operation they want to do. They need his help in forging something legendary.
That checks out.
Well, we don't definitely want to stop them from doing whatever that is.
And given that there's more skirmishes going on in the north between the Kingdom of Rains and the Isle here and some other trade unions up to the northeast, this is probably the best time to strike at the Dominion Empire without getting total blowback and full force airships.
Ooh.
With all their forces spread out, I think it's the best option and the best time to do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do we have to stop this train to get off, or is it slow enough that we can jump off if needed?
It is a train. It goes pretty fast. Yes.
Okay.
What you do and how you do it is all up to you.
Oof.
Okay.
It's not going to slow down for us to get on either, is it?
Nope.
So we're taking
Hence
horses
the
to catch
horses.
up with the thing?
Yeah.
Yes. Again, you should be there ahead before the train comes, so you should have plenty of time to catch up to the train, hop on, and get in.
Mm-hmm.
Another question.
Yes, sir.
What is the amount of time between just at a math equation for you, at top speed, how fast would the train get from the blue flag to the red flag?
Well, it
What's their
is
time?
a bit of stretch of land. There's some turns and switchbacks. It's about 6 hours. It's
Oh, we got time.
yeah, plenty of time, but of course things can go wrong in minutes.
I have one thing I need to find in town that I think would be super helpful. It would have been better to get it in Avalon, but I didn't realize I'd probably want this spell until.
No worries. Just let me know when we can make some arrangements.
It would use up my.
I don't know what that means.
It would use up my 6th level spell, but if I got a gem encrusted bowl worth 1,000 gold, we could do Hero's Feast before we do this adventure. It does last for 24 hours. So if we're doing this tomorrow, if we ate the Hero's Feast at night, it would last for 24 hours after. So I could get that spell slot back. But what it does is it cures all creatures of disease and poison, become immune to poison and being frightened. It makes all wisdom saving throws with advantage, as well as your hit point max is also increased by 2d10, and it gains the same number of hit point. So your hit point max is temporarily increased by that for.
I will send a sage down to the apothecary and see if they can find such a thing.
Okay, sounds good. But that, I think, would be useful for our adventure to have advantage
And
on
remember,
wisdom
there's
saving throws.
quite a few days' travel to get to the area. So
Mm-hmm.
How many people does that feed?
It does. Takes 1 hour to consume. Up to 12 creatures can partake in this feast.
Dang.
Yep.
Okay.
So easily us, Remvarim, and anybody else in our party that's.
I figured we could. I know we're all splitting up for the mission, but we could camp the night before all together, eat that feast, and then go to our different positions and start the heist. So probably would be
Sounds good to me.
I think that would be useful. Because I don't think we're going to need the whole 6 hours between blue flag and the red flag.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the more time we're on the train, the more time the Dominion has to call in more goons and whatnot.
Yeah, exactly. There's a couple other things I also did just to kind of help with our stuff and things. One of the things I made sure to take was stone shape in case we need it, since we're not going to be on water. I got rid of control water. I did do locate creature in case we need to help with locating Edrick. I also took freedom of movement. For the duration, the target's movement is unaffected by difficult terrain and spells and other magical effects that can reduce the target's speed. So if we get in a pickle and need to extricate ourselves, at least I could get one person out pretty quickly. As well as silence. I think if we entered a train car and started a fight and I cast silence, not only will the spellcasters not be able to help, which does suck for me, but that does mean that all of our melees would be covered and not alert everybody else. So there's
Yeah,
that.
Braun could
in
do
our-
a couple quick swipes. Yeah.
Yeah, so we could possibly take a couple people down before they realize, because silence is a 20-foot sphere that I can cast 120 feet from me. So that's about half to most of a train car radius, but obviously that's far enough away that we could probably have that to our advantage.
Mhm.
So we have those in our pocket to use. The freedom of movement and locate creature are higher level spells, so I don't have a ton of those slots. So we'll want to use those sparingly if we need to, but the silence is just a second level spell, so we should be okay with that.
Yeah. A quick question to Ben Renverem. Do you know the dynamics of these train cars? Do you know the length and width?
Yes, the train cars, they are about, let's see, about 15 feet wide and about and about 60 feet long.
Okay. And there's 5 of them, you said.
There are 3 transport and 2 that are carrying supplies. So 3 you can enter, 2 you can out. But if you were high on an elevation, you'd be able to drop down onto. And remember that I know this is your first time in Belphegor's Promise, but there's all kinds of beasts and manner around in the area. So while you're on the plains, be careful. But if you're also looking for some good pelts, it's also a great place to be. Now I will, barring any more questions, I will let you indulge your stay here. There is rooms for each one of you downstairs. Just talk to the doorman. They'll be able to help you.
Sounds good, thank you.
Yeah.
Sweet. Also, Soulstar, I also have some blasting arrows if we need backup of those.
Right. Yeah, no, Soulstar is like, he's already taken like the napkin or the coaster that his drink was on and is already drawing plans for the heist. All right. And then there's three and five. He's going to be doing this all night, by the way.
Sounds like a plan. I guess it's unless we have anything else, probably just head out or head to bed.
Okay. So, you guys spend some leisure time there at Portsmouth Point. In the morning, Rem is down in the tavern bar waiting for you to exit your rooms with Trevor Fellhard.
Well, are you ready to get going?
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Well, you think or do not think?
Well, I want to make sure you guys got a horse that's my size that, can
We've
keep
got
up
a
with the
burro.
group.
We've got a fast burro that you can use. We can also tether him to another horse if need be.
Drag it. Okay.
Or you could just ride a side saddle. with one of your friends?
No. I'm heavier than anyone else in this party. I'm just short.
Well, you shouldn't call yourself fat. That's bad for your psychology.
Self-image.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Clicks his fingers, turns on a dime and inks us out.
All right. This brown beauty here, this is my horse. All right. Everybody saddle up, saddle in. It's going to be a few days. We're going to have a couple camping nights. Eventually, we will save your father. To hell with the Dominion Empire.
Cracks a whip and the horse starts taking off down the street.
Sounds good. I'm assuming that like before we met with him that morning, I got the supplies I needed for that spell. Okay, cool. Perfect. Learn onward.
No. I got the spell Speak with Animals now, for being a bard. I would like to just check in quickly with my horse and see if he's okay with the sound of that whip crack. That sounded pretty frightening. I just want to make sure that he's okay. He's doing all right. He's not mistreated at all.
Oh, no, they feed me pretty well. I get lots of carrots.
You'll get plenty more when you're with me. What's your name, buddy?
They call me
so
Applefoot.
Applefoot. It's a pleasure to meet you. It's a pleasure to ride you. We're going to take good care of you.
Oh, are you going to buy me a drink first?
I'll lead you to it, but I can't make you drink it. I don't know how to make a horse laugh. Let's go.
They're usually long in the face, so they're not.
Don't worry, it usually just gives me the trots.
Yeah.
So glad I can't hear half of this conversation. You talk to your fucking horse back there, man?
Yeah, it's Applefoot.
You've named it Applefoot.
I didn't name it Applefoot. Its own name is Applefoot.
Okay.
Bronze
And then,
his small little burrow.
I'd like to.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just sitting on my ass and drinking while we go. I'll carry up the rear.
I love it. So burrow's tied to Ramo's horse.
I was going to say, how's Ramo doing on horseback?
It's a little different than I'm used to, but not too bad. It's just my tail is, kind of not helping the situation.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll be back here to trample you if you fall off.
Oh, no worries. I can use my quarterstaff to help balance myself.
Right,
Soulstar is going to be continually on the lookout because I remember the dude mentioning that there's some beasts out here. They're quite unsavory, so I guess I'm just going to be turning left or right every corner.
All right.
Making sure there's nothing following
As the sun sets, go ahead and make a perception check for me. See if you catch anything.
I'd rather not, but since you brought it up. 14.
14. You see a pack of rabid deathhounds running about 200 yards off, chasing a pack of rabbits through the tall grass.
Okay. Do we have a fire already set up and everything?
Sun is setting, but you're still on your horses.
Yeah.
Okay. I've mentioned this to the group, and hopefully we'd double time.
Mm-hmm.
The same location.
Just in case, I'm going to pull out my harpoon gun. and make sure it's tied off to the saddle in case I gotta harpoon something and drag it along.
Ram looks at
Oh, well, the sun is setting. I think it might be time to have our first camp night of the... So we still have some light to set up what we need to.
Good.
Anybody got any good story? Yeah, like, I want to find out what...
Well, I
Ram's
have
up
a
to.
few, but
We
you
can
were
do
out
this.
there, so it'd just be like, preaching to the gospel.
Yeah, but there's been a long time between then and now. I'd like to find out what you were up to.
Well,
what led you to Belphegor's promise?
I've been trying to track Vina Roseblood. You remember the lady that threw you in shackles in prison? Well,
You know I don't.
apparently, you all have very small memories. That is okay.
It's been many years, it feels like.
It's been probably like a year and a half, maybe 2, if not 3. We're doing this for 4 years now.
That was a whole president ago. Are you kidding me? I don't remember that.
But yes, we exiled her, and now she's seeking for revenge for that against me and against the 4 of you. Well, I don't know about your dragon fellow. He's new to the group. I don't know what happened to the
What did we
horny
do?
one.
He's back in a safe location. He's resting up. He's going, hopefully, into Super Saiyan mode. Whatever that
Interesting.
means.
Never heard of this saying.
Super saver mode.
Well, she's very angry that you played her for a fool and caused such a disruption to get her exiled. She's
She's
always
not the
had a
first
bit of a...
person we did this to, though. We do this to lots of people, and they don't come out after.
Well, she does not...
Actually, yeah, they do. They do. They all come after.
Not
us.
all of them.
Most of them try.
It feels like it. Yeah, mostly because we keep moving.
But she has joined the Silver Cloak mercenary group and has a team of her own, and she's looking for you. And me. But I've been hoping to try and catch her first. Last I heard, she was here in Belphegor's Promise, out by Halcyon City.
Oh, great.
I knew this was a fucking trap. Would they have any information on this train that we're trying to rob?
Doubtful.
See, no. I know it. They know we're going after her father, and they're gonna catch us on the train. Know it.
I
Start
doubt
the
it. They
heist.
do not really have ties to the Dominion Empire other than, money. They're
That's a pretty
hired
big
through.
tie.
I'm not going to say that it's not impossible that they show up. I'm just saying it's very unlikely.
I'm sorry. I'm just a little paranoid as of late. Been a lot of
Yes,
twists and turns in our story.
understandable. But here,
I'm finally starting to rub off on them.
Yeah, Soulstar has become a lot more skeptical,
here's some
a
lentil
lot more
soup.
cynical.
Should help calm you down a little bit.
Well, thank you.
Do we have any idea how many barrels might be on this train?
I have no idea, my man. But it's
That was a mimic joke.
I know.
Anyway.
Can we get a quick barrel count? What if an entire train car is just a mimic?
Right? The whole train is a fucking mimic.
I still expect one of these times the gazebos we go to be a
Right? Right? Can't use a goddamn outhouse without getting scared.
well, how many mimics have you come across in your journeys?
I think
Enough
just
of that.
one.
Just the
Yeah.
one.
Really just the one.
It's been more than that.
But it was disguised as my favorite thing. It was a whiskey barrel. Motherfuckers. They're coming for me.
Ah, what a waste of
Statistically
whiskey.
unimportant.
That's what I said. Oh, there's no way on but through. We're just gonna have to try to survive this one.
Yes.
Is there anything else you could tell me really quick about the Silver Cloak mercenaries?
They are a wide range of bandits, and there are many, many mercenaries, and most of them are out to find the four of you.
We're so popular.
Yes,
You know
we've
what they're
got-
kind of armed with? What they're kind of...
Well, there are different bands. We have the Mad Hatters. We have the Lion Drake Riders, and we have Dwarven Fortitude. All different bandit names and groups.
Fuck. Comforting.
But as far as I know, most of these groups are spread out all over the Isle. So as long as you keep our nose down and try not to make a big fuss of things, you should be fine.
Right.
And make sure
But we're
you
trying
keep your
to not
disguises
trade,
on.
though.
Yeah.
Yes.
That sounds like a big fuss to me.
Yeah, until we get to where we're about to cause a big ruckus, we should keep it quiet.
I
Yes.
know, but
Stick
I'm sure
to
we're
plan,
not the
keep
only
it
ones
quiet,
who know about
transport, vanish like nothing happened.
Because we're like ninjas.
I know. Silent as the church mouse.
Yeah.
Maybe it.
We're a barrel of ninjas. They're rolling down the stairs.
All right, well, I'm a bit tired and full for the evening. I am going to go hit my sack and call it an evening.
Hit your sack. Okay, anyway, I'll
So
take
Sarah's
first
gonna
watch.
keep a look at. Oh,
Yeah, I'll take first watch.
I'll take second.
Yeah. And I'll alternately do a patrol myself and then send my echo out to kind of scout a little further out while I close my eyes and ears and kind of pilot him. Just do that same little trick back and forth. I can already feel the hurt that this is going to cause.
I know what you're talking about. This is going to be the easiest thing in the world.
I always end up bleeding.
Right, and pretty smooth sailing. Your Echo does notice a very large Shadowfell wolf, about 10 feet tall, just brushing through the forest 200 yards away. You can see the purple glow of its eyes, its spine, its spiked spine and tail sort of swishing off into the dark.
But it's passing us, not coming towards us.
Again, it's 200 yards away in the forest.
Yeah. Okay.
Long way off.
Yeah. Still pretty close, but just enough. I don't know. Oof. Whenever Soulstar's turn comes, I'll let him know that there was a big fucking wolf
Right, that turn
out
happens.
there passing by. What was that?
And so what happens? Just trying to speed
Yeah.
things up.
Oh, yeah.
Is it still there by the time I wake up?
By the time you're up and gone, you don't really see anything, though you do see some, what looks like some trees have fallen, creating a pathway into the forest.
I'm going to check on the horses with my speak with animals. Like, hey, is everything cool? Did you guys see anything? All good?
One of them's got
There's a couple
a
carrots.
munch bag on it, on its face already. Applefoot's just carrot.
Hey, answer my question first, and then you get the carrot.
Oh,
Did you see anything tonight? What happened? There's this thing.
a lot of flies flying around, bothering me. Saw some badgers. I saw a Shadowfell lion and a Shadowfell wolf.
Jesus.
Mention those first.
And I saw what kind of looks like a very large scorpion. It burrowed itself into the ground.
No. Like how large of the scorpion are we talking about? We talking like
Like
large,
two of
or
me.
we just talking like large?
Oh, Jesus.
We're probably okay. And I'm gonna feed him a carrot. Say thank you. Thank you, buddy.
Horse holds a better watch than I do.
Where did you?
I might have dozed off once or twice.
Okay. I'll keep an eye out. I'm just making sure that the horses are okay. Giving them some carrots and some rubs.
pretty uneventful as the sun rises and morning is here. Rem gets up out of his sleeping bag, gives a big old stretch, grabs his gear, and starts packing up. All right, time to hit the trail again.
I'll let Rem. I'll cue Rem into what happened the night before. With the,
Well, we are lucky nothing decided to provoke them and head towards us.
I should probably tell the rest of my party too, because the scorpion sounds pretty familiar. If I remember the Sam, I think correctly. Just if you guys are interested. Over breakfast.
Yeah. Oh.
We have more pressing matters than large scorpions.
It depends on how close they are.
Well, we won't. If we
You
get
guys
on
walk
our
to the
horses
giant
and start
scorpion.
riding now, then they will be in our dust. So let's
Yeah.
just do that.
Yeah.
All right, you're ready to head out.
Jumps on his horse, looking at the four of you.
Yeah. Climb up on my damn donkey.
I will ask for permission before mounting Applefoot.
Oh, yeah.
We'll give him a little carrot. And then,
Oh, thank you, pal.
Thank you.
All right, you guys spend your day on the trails. Another night comes, another camping. You wake up the next day, another long trail. You see all kinds of beasts. You see one with tentacle hands and stomping through, fighting a large badger mole. Rips open its rib cage and starts feasting on it.
Jesus.
All the
Damn.
critters. Come here.
That's worse than the goddamn scorpion.
And night comes, one last stop, campsite before the day before the train arrives.
Yeah, I think this
And
would
you're
be a good time for a feast. And maybe
Just about you're 100 yards away from where the train tracks are at. You can see a little a marker spray painted on a rock, and that's a blue flag painted on the other side of it, away from the tracks.
Okay. Yeah. Good time to break out that feast.
You can see down the train tracks, you can see a large large trail of smoke coming from the train as it heads your way.
All right, this is about time. We should be making our way to the train tracks and getting up speed to catch to the train.
Do we not have time for a feast?
I guess if you absolutely think it's beneficial.
I thought that was the plan.
Yeah, I thought Lila's plan was to have it the night before so she could recover that 6th level spell.
Or
Yeah,
at least
that
a few hours before.
All right, so we're going to rewind time a little bit.
You're
gonna do your
I'm
feasting?
feeling hungry. Don't heist
Yeah,
on
we
an
can-
empty stomach. That's what my father always said.
Yeah, and it's just so let's see here. So now we would do, if we're just doing it the night before, so we're immune to poison and being frightened. So you'll want to just notate that, and then wisdom saving throws have advantage, and then we have a hit point max increase by 2d10. Let me roll that real quick. So 10 plus 7, so 17 additional hit points.
That's wicked. That's for 24 whole hours.
And I got your sheet set up with that, Kelly, for Braun.
Okay. Yeah, that should bring me up to 150, right? With the temp.
It's the
130,
133
133 plus 17.
And you already have 10 temporary points, so that's 27 total.
What were those from?
They're
Those
from
10.
That's from the Mother's Blessing.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll take it.
Okay, and I do have Ramos' sheet up.
Yeah, if you want to pilot them, I can pilot Rem.
Sounds good.
I think I have a plan.
I can't change any of the hit points, but I can at least
That's fine.
do the other stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
Probably write it Ramos' name and his bonus HP on a separate piece of paper.
Yeah, that's what I was about to do.
Cool.
Tito.
Oh, that was such a
No.
meal. I feel twice as strong.
Right. We should probably go over a little bit of what's going to happen in the next few hours.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I have an idea that might work. I know things are definitely going to go haywire. This is Plan A. I do not have a Plan B or C. Forewarning. But just kind of like an initial, just like this is should kind of like we should be all on the same mind going into this mission here. So we've got those 5 cars that your father might be in. We don't know which one. Your spell to locate this person, I know it's a higher level spell. Do you know what is the range on that?
Let's take a look. I remember it was, I think, a 4th level. Yes. So it lasts for an hour. It's concentration, and it's a creature within 1,000 feet of you. You know the direction of its movement. You sense the direction of the creature's location as long as the creature is 1,000 feet. If the creature is moving, you know what direction. The spell can locate a specific creature known to you or the nearest creature of specific kind. Well, this is, yeah.
All right. Would we be able to distinguish which car he is in? And then what I'm thinking is I could cause a distraction in the last car, the caboose, if you will, drawing as much guard attention as it possibly can, and then I'll do whatever kind of bard or rogue shit that I usually do. Jump off the cart onto my trusty horse and blow the coupling to that last car, taking away a couple of the guards. And then we could swoop in and try and take care of your father.
I
We
mean,
want
yeah,
to try
but
and
that
do-
does mean splitting the party, so
Well,
we won't
not necess-
we won't know
not necess-
necessarily.
How
Not
often is he
necessarily.
actually with us when we're in combat anyway? He's usually 100 feet away anyway.
Well, you see, I would jump off the horse, blow the coupling, ride the horse to
Yeah,
whatever
he'd
train
catch
car
up with
you guys
us.
are going to. Yeah, I'll catch up with you guys.
Yeah,
Good
if
work.
That's what we want to do. Sorry, I'm writing notes for Ramo for immune to.
Just trying to make it a little easier for us, but it feels like a lot easier than just all four of us just
Yeah,
riding up to a random car.
yeah. Well, and you can always cause a distraction. You might not necessarily have to jump off onto your horse. You could always try to jump up to the roof and then run ahead and take out the coupling once you've jumped up to the third car or whatever.
That's true. That's true.
But that's assuming like he's not. It all kind of depends on what car we can find out her dad is in.
It most likely won't be the last one. So
True.
as long as we draw the guards to the last one.
True.
If it is the last one, then we'll adjust the plan.
Yeah.
We'll pivot. That's what we do best. We pivot. This is why I only made a plan A. There's no plan B or C.
And plan B is bombs.
That's you.
I've got plan B
Plan B for
covered, but
Ron.
it's not real quiet or subtle.
Well, we also still got silence, so
True, but I don't think my every elemental explosive in one bag is gonna, come in handy or be silent. I think it would kind of pass the borders of that spell.
I mean, it depends on where you land it, but yes.
Yeah,
Um,
a mushroom cloud is noticeable for quite a distance.
Excuse me. We could even do it again. I don't want to confuse it.
Yeah.
So
We
do
got
we
a
want
plan. Let's
to
go for it.
do we want to go ahead and use locate creature, or do we want to just go ahead and just go from the front of the train to the back, and make our way?
I would
Ultimately,
think.
it's your 4th level spell slot. that you
Yeah.
use. So
I would
whatever
think it'd be
you
handy
want.
once we're right up alongside the train. You'd be able to tell if he was in front of us, even with us, or behind us.
That's fine with me.
But it is also, it's got quite a range on it. So I don't want to draw attention to you guys while I'm
True.
causing a distraction, I want
True.
the focus to be on me and not the horse riders coming next to the train. So maybe I can start at like a spot below the track and jump up on the train as it's coming up under the last cart.
Yeah, just let the train run over you, and then try to grab it.
I'm a rogue. Come on. You think I'm gonna let a train run over me?
I'll hide right between the two tracks. Just.
Yeah, you guys will be like right fucking behind,
Mm-hmm.
but not coming. And then as soon as I cause a distraction, you guys, flank the fucking train, jump on the cart,
Yeah.
take care of your father.
Okay.
We are splitting the party a little bit, but then we'll come back.
Yeah, sounds like it. So if you want to post up where you're gonna post up,
Sure.
and then the rest of us can.
Conspicuous spot on the train tracks, preferably past that blue flag. If there is a high spot that I can jump onto the last cart.
You see a rock formation that goes about like 20 feet up near the train tracks.
I'll post up there with my horse, with Applefoot. I'm gonna cue him in on the plan, of course, obviously. That way he could be riding alongside the caboose, just in case I need to jump off the train. I could just quickly jump onto him and ride off.
Okay.
And the rest of us are gonna ride alongside the train and jump onto it afterwards.
And then I'll jump back on, yeah, just in
Okay.
case I need to. It's a fail-safe.
Okay. Is there a second high point, like further down the track, where we might be able to get a little advantage or height advantage to jump on the train?
Not for a couple hundred yards. There's a lot of trees. You can, but as far as like,
I think the easiest thing would be more than likely is just to post up like half a mile up from Seoul and then just come out of the woods with our horses to get
Okay.
onto the train.
That sounds good.
Okay.
I think that has a lesser risk on the dexterity and athletics than jumping off of a high point to catch a moving train
Yeah.
versus
Let's
keeping
say
your
it's a
horse alongside the
Well,
train
I'm-
and then trying to get off.
Yeah.
I mean, neither are easy by any standards, but I think one is easier than the other.
Okay.
What? You just roll an easy acrobatics check and you do a double backflip on the train. What's so hard about that?
Nah, that's not my strength.
Die.
I do have a +6 to animal handling, but that's not the point.
Yeah, I don't have any of those things. Dexterity. Well, I guess I do have dexterity, but
Now here's a question for our planning, because we can summon our critters just for like transportation needs that we've done for like just like bonding. I'm wondering if it would be easier for me and Braun to just ride together on my storm steed than a regular horse. Just
or
because-
donkey.
Yeah.
A fast
just-
donkey.
Just because
Real
of the fact
fast.
that I feel like it would be more responsive than just a random horse, but at the same time, I don't necessarily want that to. I don't know how that would work with the game mechanics, since I'm not summoning it in battle kind of situation.
but then if you get into battle on it, then
Yeah, exactly. Then that's the challenge, because then I'd be forcing that summon. So probably not then.
I don't know.
you could also
think
call it
not?
away when
With
battle.
it?
You could also just call it away before battle hits.
Mm-hmm.
This is also your father we're talking about. It might
Yeah.
be
Well, I
worth
mean,
it
I'd plan
have.
to call it away as soon as we get on the train.
Mhm.
But it was more responsive in the sense of like paying attention to us going alongside the train and not freaking out versus a regular horse. That's what I meant by like that advantage, and it's also
Wait.
bigger.
In kind of a short period of time too, isn't it? Like 3 rounds.
That's if
4
I do
now.
it in combat.
Oh, okay. All
It
right.
should be 4 now, right?
Yeah, it's 4 rounds,
Oh, wow. 20 seconds.
but we can just stick with the regular horses just to be safe.
Yeah, but also Larry was telling me that if you call them out outside of combat, they just stick around. It's not really just the 20 seconds. That's why I was able
Yeah.
to fly over those mountain passes.
Okay. Right.
It's only if they're in combat and taking action
Yeah.
and whatnot, I guess.
It's their actions that limit their essence, and
Mm.
Okay. Well, I'm willing to
kind of
follow
like
your
Spawn.
lead on.
Think of them as like
No,
Spawn.
yeah.
He can only
I
do
thought
so
about
much
having
before
my
his meter drains out.
Yeah, versus
I
just,
thought-
just riding.
Yeah.
I thought about having my dragon fly in and just picking the train up off its tracks, but I figured that would probably cause too much complications than we're ready for.
No,
right
but your dragon being the thing that drops you on the train would be a smart idea.
now. They would see that coming.
Probably.
They would see that coming. You see, this is why we feast together. We come up with such great plans. Okay, so addendum to the plan. I'm riding in on my dragon and jumping in on that
Yeah.
last
Alright.
caboose.
I know my job once we get on the train. How we get on the train, I'm just gonna kind of trust that you guys aren't deliberately trying to get me killed.
Well, the question, Braun, is do you want to... I guess my question is, do you want to have to worry about your animal handling check plus your, like, acrobatics or athletics? Or do you want to just have to worry about getting yourself on the train and not worry about your horse, is the question. Because if we want to just
Yeah.
ride together...
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
ride together. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
What?
Then
I'm
at
okay
that
with
point,
that.
riding on the storm... The
Right.
storm steed would be better just because it's phantom steed, sorry. It's bigger. It's like a Clydesdale size versus
Right.
just a standard horse. And
Right.
your weight wouldn't be a problem at that point. It's
Yeah.
the same speed as a regular horse. It's just he's bigger. So let's do that. Worst case scenario, we can have the other horses just tethered to like Rem's horse who's going to be riding with us or whatever.
Mhm.
Or just leave them in the woods, however we want to do that. If we have somebody from the party, like, somebody else came, like, I don't know. I think it's just the 5 of us, right? Just Rem and the 4 of us.
Yep.
Trevor
Yeah.
as well is with us, but he was with us for the horses. I think he's gonna.
They're gone. They were there just to give you
Yeah.
the stuff. They're
They
still
gave
in
us the horses.
Portsmouth. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
Oh,
you
okay.
five.
Okay.
But do we have people in the hill? Right?
Well, they're
I
up
thought they were-
on the mountain scoping,
Hmm.
making sure things are going okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That nobody died.
Yeah, so we could probably just leave your donkey and my horse at the last camp we made,
Yeah.
and hopefully
Okay.
the other folks will come snag them.
Here's an idea that inspires me from my last donkey. I can put my explosive pouch on the donkey, and we could put it in the tracks in front of the train.
I don't know.
No.
Well,
No?
then
Bad
that
idea?
kind of
Why did-
guarantees we have to fight everybody on the train.
That's true. And
Why
we
do we need
might
the
kill your
donkey?
father in the
Could also
process.
risk injuring our father.
Yeah, causing a train derailment, probably not the plan. But we can call that Plan Z. Plan Z involves a donkey and a mushroom cloud.
All
Good
right.
one.
Or Plan D for donkey. I don't know.
I think we planned this into the ground.
Yeah. And I've
You know,
blown up my donkey for the month.
And God is laughing.
Yeah, so let's just go ahead and
Okay.
Lila, Braun, Ramo, and Rem will post up about half a mile from
Cool.
where Sol plans on hopping on the train.
Sounds like a plan. We're gonna take a quick 5-minute break so I can get. I forgot to grab the horses, so I'm gonna grab those. But take a nice 5-minute break, and be right
Sounds good.
back.
Cute.
Oh, yeah.
Gives me a chance to swap my laundry.
So we've got Lila and Braun on the Phantom Steed. We've got Rem, Ramo, and Soulstar up on its dragon.
Nice.
And DM, those 2 cars on the back, are they that obviously full of cargo?
Yeah,
Visually?
you can see it's just a bin loaded up with materials, and another one's just stocked with logs.
Okay.
Dogs are flammable.
Those are the last 2 cars, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. But that rules those out.
And of course, a little bit of lore. You can see Belphegor's sword stuck in the mountain.
Jesus.
After they slain Fenrir, they left the battlefield and their sword behind.
That thing wouldn't fit in a bag of holding, huh?
No.
Damn it.
All right. right, so the group is set. Right along to the train.
I'm gonna shut my door because I could really hear the washer going.
No worries. So, Soulstar, you said you were going to jump in the back.
So, what I imagine this initial descent is Captain Nibs, my dragon, he's flying in. He's going to do kind of like a little barrel roll while I'm gripping off to the side. And I would like to make a stealth check to stealthily land on the cart that's right after all the storage parts.
All right, so the first of the 3 carts.
There we go. We'll do that. 1, 2.
Go ahead and roll. Well, let's go ahead and roll for stealth at a disadvantage.
All right. I can do that. It's a plus 12. That's a 15.
Okay. You land quietly on the top of the back end carriage with barely a thud to it.
Cool. And then, I'll just lay flat, just make sure that nothing or nobody can really notice me. And then I'll direct Captain Nibs towards the caboose and start making a ruckus. I'll go ahead and start. I don't want to start combat yet, but maybe just trying to catch the attention over the caboose. Just with his shadow, with his wingspan, maybe giving a few thunderous roars.
He's stealing their logs. Trying to build a nest.
Damn dragons always trying to steal our logs.
Right?
He's, you hear some foot traffic underneath you, and one dragon forge peeks out, back end of its wings zip around, it flies on top. It turns and it sees the group running up to the train, and you just hear like a loud blowhorn, wah, wah, coming from its person.
Fuck.
Yep.
And 2 more Dragon Forge pop out of the windows and onto the top.
Oh, they see me.
All right.
Now, we emerged from the woods yet? Are we
Yes,
we're pacing
you're on
the
your
train
horses. Yes.
Okay.
We have begun. Should we roll initiative?
Well, I'm giving a chance for Lila and Braun to do something before you kick anything off. Like if she wanted to activate her locate object or person, or...
Yeah, I do locate creature to
Okay,
see which car
cool.
he's in.
So you
So I'll cast
see...
that.
I don't have it. Oh, that'll work. There is... Let's put this here, but... Inside this carriage, you see a nice blue light emanating from it. It's fairly human-shaped. You can see it sort of moving side to side.
We need to get up there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's,
So start maneuvering the horses towards that car.
yeah,
Ready?
the front car.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna hold up one finger towards Soulstar. Just hold up the number 1 first train car.
We're number one. We're
Yeah,
number one.
we're number 1. Big foam finger.
No, I got you, maybe. We've been working
Rem's
on our
gonna
heads.
run with you guys. Ramo's gonna catch up with.
Yeah, we've been working on our
Soulstar.
hands.
Okay.
Then when we get alongside the car, I'll let Braun get off first before I hop off.
Okay.
Okay, so Braun hops onto the train and enter it or no?
Are you gonna try and go like through the window, or are you going on the top, or where you
What
going?
you doing, mate?
In between the cars, do we want to do?
I'm gonna try to jump off in between the 2 cars, the first and
Okay.
second car, and get onto that little landing and try to force my way in the door there.
So you want in?
Yeah.
Okay. That's one. All right. So you enter in
Oh, cool.
the third car, and you see.
So it'd be the third
The
car,
front
or
car. Well,
just on the back end of it.
Well, first one, third one.
yeah.
Either way, you're in your car and you see the prison. If you want to be all semantic, it's fine.
Okay. Do I see any guards inside the car or anything?
No, you do not. You see
Okay.
the broken window, which is probably one that flew out.
Oh, okay.
So you're inside.
If possible, I will stick one of my hands out the window to help Lila get in through the window.
I was gonna try and go to the front of the car. So
Oh.
have you go to the back, like, so we're going on either
Okay.
end, because I don't know if there's anybody else in there.
Okay.
So we could like pincer from either side.
Okay.
So just
Okay.
go to the front, hop off, dismiss the horse, and then, walk into the front.
Gotcha. And the only person inside the chamber is Edrick.
Okay.
Okay.
It doesn't make it better.
All right. And then we've got Ramo. He's going to jump and enter the third. Third one that Soulstar's on the top of. And Rem is going to enter into the second one. Let's get rid of nibs.
No.
Yeah, Nib's not out of play yet, though. Maybe he can pull someone off the roof, or maybe he can.
I just took it off the map, so I don't have to deal
Yeah.
with it right now.
Yeah.
You have to deal with them eventually. This is a cool map, though. I'm loving this.
Okay. All right. And once this one's going to crash in on Rem. This one's going to jump in back in against Ramo. And Braun and Lila are out of combat. Rem is going to be in combat, and so is Ramo. Soulstar is still on the top unless he wants to do something. There is another Dragon Forged 2 cars up ahead of you.
On top of our car.
Yep.
Okay.
Has he noticed me yet?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm also in combat. Are you saying I have another action until we begin
No, I
On the
need
floor.
you, and I need a roll for Rem and Ramo. Or wait, Lila could roll for Ramo.
For their initiative or just
Yes.
for what they're doing?
Initiative.
Okay.
Cool.
Do.
Oh, fuck.
Not great. 6 for Ramo.
Okay.
I got a 17.
Okay.
We really should have asked if these guards were known for being able to fly.
Would that have mattered?
I mean,
Okay, so we've got Soulstar, your top of the combat round, and I'm 4. So what do you want to do?
Can I get a quick view of the rear of the train?
The what?
Pretty sure there's the rear of the train. Pretty sure there was that one guy.
No, he jumped in and is facing Ramo.
Okay.
So it's just you and the one on top.
I don't like this. Might have something for it. With my charm person. But that does not have enough reach on it. 60 feet per car. I'm going to dash to the end of the car towards the person. But instead of jumping under the next car, I'm going to drop down.
Okay. So you crash through and you're right next to Rem.
I don't want to go into that next car, though. I want to go back to help Browmo.
All right, so you're going on to the one that you were just on top of.
Exactly.
Okay. And you're next to Rama then.
There we go. That's my movement and bonus action. Yeah, I'm gonna load 3 bolts into this guy
Okay.
with my crossbow. First roll is a 16.
16 glances off their armor.
Well, how about a 27?
That does damage. Well, it does hit. What's your damage?
See, because that's the only one I hit because I've finished roll before. So it's a d6 plus my d10. 5 psychic damage and 5 points of piercing damage.
Okay. So, is it immune to piercing damage, so just the psychic?
No.
Got fancy armor. So they're probably immune to piercing and bludgeoning.
we don't know any of that, though. I'll figure it out soon enough.
Okay. And after that, we've got Rem. They're gonna run, pop out the window, and swing up to the top. And then they're gonna throw 2 daggers at the Dragon Forge on the top of the train. Three. Right. One of them lands a hit. It'll be 6 piercing. It's thrown. And only 2 acid damage. I know that. Dummy. And 2. All right. And then after Rem, we've got NPC 2, which is in with Bravo and Soulstar. And actually, no, they're just gonna dash straight at Ramo, and then use a bonus action for a strike with their sword. And that's only a 10, so that able to use his quarterstaff and block the attack. We've got NPC 1. Oh. I the wrong one then, yes I did. Which one? It's 2, 4, and that's 3. Alright, so 4. And on this train, they're gonna buzz over to Rem. And then unleash 2 scimitar attacks. Shimmy, shimmy, y'all.
Yar.
Only 7, so Rem is able to dodge the first strike. And is able to dodge the second strike as well. And we've got Ramo next. And then after Ramo, we've got NPC 3, which is the one alone in the second carriage.
Cool. For now, I think we'll just have him hit with his quarterstaff.
Okie dokie.
So that would be +7 to hit. Let's see here. 16 plus 7. So what?
It hits.
24. Alrighty, and then that is bludgeoning. So that is a D8. That is 3 points of bludgeoning damage. If he takes any of it.
Nope.
Great. I mean, we gotta find these things out. And then just cause, I mean, it's not gonna do anything extra, but unarmed strike, which is a 26 to hit. And then another 3 points of bludgeoning damage, which does not do deadly. Yep. If there is enough room, let's have Ramo get on the other side of it. So just pivoting around it, so that way it doesn't leave his range of attack.
I get you.
And that way, if there's like a breath weapon or something, they're
Gotcha.
not on the same side.
So
Cute.
NPC 3. They're gonna pop up their wind doorway and land up on top behind Ramo, and then to take 2 slashes behind him.
You mean at vroom vroom?
Vroom, yeah, sorry. Run for run.
Yep.
So now 20 for the first strike, and
Ouch.
17 for the second. Little hit. 9 points total. The first one. Eight plus 6 acid. It's going to be 10 points slashing, and then 6 points acid. It's Rem. Okay. And before we go back to the top of the round, we've got Lila and Ron.
Does it look like the cell that Edrick's in is magical in any way?
Take a investigation check.
Sure. I'll investigate. 19 plus 3.
Alright. You analyze the cell, but giving no aura, just stone.
It's a
with
regular cell?
gate. Yeah, just a regular cell.
Then I'll just whack at the lock to try and break it.
You smash at the gate, and it just slowly breaks open, and Edrick is able to squirm through the gate.
Damn. I figured you'd at least have to use stone shape or something to get us in there.
Should we break out the champagne? Feels like we
Still
did
gotta
it.
get off this. We all still gotta get off this train.
I don't know. It feels like respect to me.
I'm gonna motion for him to stay behind me as we go check on the rest of our party to get them off the train. So Braun, if you want to lead the way to the next car.
Okay.
Because we don't want to necessarily disconnect it with everybody on the other cars.
You might not want
to. Abandon your friends.
They'll figure it out when they see us riding away with an extra person.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, we don't have anyone on the outside like keeping the horses there, so it would be hard for everyone to get off the train without just
That's true.
and roll.
Well, Applefoot is still alongside the train. He's a smart one. I got carrots in my pocket.
Yeah, I guess I'll move to the door at the rear of our car and move into the preceding car. I'm also going to apparate my echo about 15 feet behind me or pulling up the rear.
If you do that, it's going to be in the other car.
Yeah.
Not in the car yet.
That's fine. I was just hoping to have my echo pull up the rear with Lila.
If the door's open, you should still be able to see.
Yeah.
And then as you enter in, 2 more Dragon Forge crash in. I'll roll for their initiative. Fucking 3, alright.
Were they like flying outside the car?
Seven. So you said Romo got a 6, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's 7 to be right after Romo. Okay. Yeah, they were flying along on the other side of the train. And now, Braun, you're going to have to roll for initiative. And Lila might as well, too.
Okay. So crappy.
That is +2. So I got a 10 total.
Okay. And Lila?
I got a 3.
Can you roll again for me?
Oh, for Edrick.
Yeah.
Natural 20. God damn it. Okay, so soul is 17.
I'm just going to put a heart there for Edrick. You said 10.
Bronze 10, yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Alright, so everybody's back into initiative. Now we jump to Soul Star, top of the round.
Okay.
You are with
Now, now, I know I came in kind of harsh before, but I'd like to pivot a little to, instead of my crossbow in my hand, I'd like to pull out my golden microphone. And I'd like to work on a little bit of my stand-up, right? So I'm going to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter at this fool. I've got just a complete joke that I have not written. But I'm going to say to this guy, hopefully to get him to laugh. So he must make a wisdom saving throw, 16. On a failed save, it is prone and incapacitated
17
for the duration. So I'm workshopping it, all right? Not my audience. That takes up one of my actions. I would like to use my bonus action to disengage and move to the other side of the, well, I guess since that, yeah, just, I would like to move behind the barrel, the second barrel, behind Ralmo. There we go.
Okay, so you disengage, roll along this side, do a wall run, up over the barrels, and then on the other side. Alright, now we've got Rem next. On the top, facing to Dragon Forge. You're going to take 2 strikes, one at the one in front, one at the back. Rolling low. A miss. Dragon Forge knocks sword away. One behind him is able to telegraph his moves and bash his slash away. Rem's gonna take the opportunity to jump back down and through the open window that was crashed previously, and then back into carriage. But they've got a attack of opportunity to deal with. So do that as 2 strike. That hits. It's going to be an additional 4 slashing. Another acid. Okay. All right, and next we have Lila.
Pew.
Then
Wait.
we've got an NPC and then Ron.
Wait, I'm 3 is my
Oh.
initiative.
Like
I'm way down there.
Oh, that was. All right, so we've got NPC
Yeah,
2.
Edrick's got the natural 20 on his initiative.
Well, they're technically in combat, so walking target. Okay, so we've got NPC 2. 3. Yeah, 2. It's going to turn at Ramo, take 2 slashes at them. It's a 14. I don't think that hits.
Nope, his AC is 16.
He's able to deflect it, and that's a 15. So he's able to use quarterstaff to block both hits. Then we've got Ron.
Okay. Um. I'm gonna run forward and engage the one closest to me. And I'm gonna move my echo up into this car as well. I'm gonna tell Vroom Vroom to fall back and get the prisoner the hell out of here. And then I am going to strike thusly at the first target, or the guy in front of me.
Dragon Forge, yes. Dragon Forge 5.
So 12 plus 8, dirty 20.
That hits.
Okay. Let's see. It's 8 plus 4. 5 points of piercing, if that does anything.
Nope.
And 2 points of force damage.
Okay.
Shit, these guys are tough. I'm going to take another swipe at it. 7 plus 4. Oh, sorry, no, I need to roll the hit. 10 plus 8, 18 to hit.
Right at the AC point.
Okay. It's 2 plus 4, 6 points of piercing, and 3 points of force damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action to switch places with my echo.
Okay.
And my echo is going to take a third strike at that guy. $18 plus 8, 26 to hit. That's 7 points of slashing and 1 point of force damage.
All right.
And that'll be my turn for now.
And C4. Hop. Drop down. Put in front of Lila. And then take 2 strikes at them. First strike. Fuck, it's a natural 1, so they drop one of their swords. And it's only a 17, so it glances off your shield. You got NPC 5. So 1 up against Bronze Echo. And it's gonna it's gonna do its Dragon Breath, and it's gonna be Echo, Rem, and Braun. It's gonna be 2d6 damage. Dex save for half, and that dex save is gonna be 14.
So the echo just goes away.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2d6. 2d6. That's only 3 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Rolling like shit tonight.
I rolled 19 for my dex save, so I take 1.
Yep. And Got 8, so they take the total 3 points. Right, and after that we've got Ramo.
Cute. Ramo. Ramo. So, we learned that his attacks do diddly.
Bludgeoning, at least piercing.
Yeah.
Well, did the slashing from my echo have any effect as well? That I saw?
No.
Okay.
And Soul's on the other side, right?
Yeah. Kind of sandwich. Oh, no, it doesn't look like it.
Yeah. Soulstar,
I'm
Ramo,
behind
and
Ramo.
Dragon Forge.
Yeah, I'm saying on the other side of the forge. So I don't want to do anything that's like a cone, is what I was getting at. He is okay. It says you have advantage on the attack if the target is wearing armor made of metal. I know you said this is made of Tiamat scales, but I don't know if there's chainmail underneath or what's connecting it. So is there metal on it for advantage or no?
Yeah, there's a steel underplating.
Okay. So Ramo is gonna cast Shocking Grasp. It's +5 to hit, so he still has to roll to hit, and
Okay.
then he can do damage. Nope, misses. It's a natural one. He couldn't get his hands on them.
Yeah. Dragon Forge moves quickly as he reaches out. Unable to grab him.
Okay. Well, he can only do. Let me look at his key point stuff. Flurry blows only works if he doesn't attack. Let's do patient defense. So that way he has. I think he's got what? That does the advantage on or disadvantage on getting hit, right? Because he does patient defense. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, you take the dodge action. Okay. So yeah, as his bonus action, he's gonna take the dodge action. So I'm gonna write he spent key points and just do 1. Since he missed on his attack, so that way he's harder to hit. And I think that'll be it for now since he missed.
DC3. This one's going to crash in the stream as well. Fly up. Strike at Rem.
With disadvantage, I'm going to interpose my shield in there as a reaction.
Okay. That's only 13 to strike for the first one, and second strike. Fuck, it's only a 7. This die is going away. Alright, so 2 strikes and a miss. We got Lila up, then we've got 1 NPC, and then Soulstar back at the top of the round.
Me oh my.
And you've got Dragon Forge in front of you and your father behind you.
Cool. Fantastic. Look at my thing because I had a plan. Because if we know what we know, there was something. What's the bonus action? Spiritual weapon. That's force damage. Well, that's a bonus action too. So as a bonus action, I want to cast Shield of Faith on Edrick. Shush you, silly thing. Which adds a +2 to their AC. So that hopefully he's harder to hit. I know he's technically an NPC. Since the Dragonborn fighting me dropped this weapon, can I switch my mace to my shield hand, so kind of hold on to it, grab that sword, and toss it to Edric as my action, and I just won't attack this round?
Sure.
And I have no problem of having like an opposed like athletics or something check to see who gets to the sword first. But I'd like to disarm him since he rolled so bad and
Yeah.
kind of take advantage of that.
Do a strength check. Combat check.
Cool. So just the strength check.
Yep. That's
Okay.
21.
Oh God. Nope. That's just a 10. So I did not get it.
Dragon Forge is able to pick up their weapon.
Cool. So that's my action. That's my bonus action. I guess I will just keep myself positioned between it and Edric. Edric has a +2 to their AC.
Dragon Forge is gonna go through the back, pop out on the other one. And now back to the top of the round with Soul Star.
No. No. Two of them now.
Mm-hmm.
Crossbow won't do any good. Dagger won't do any good. My words didn't do very much good. Yeah, just do natural rogue shit. I would like to investigate these barrels that are next to us.
They have a familiar scent of hard alcohol about them, and you can feel the water jostle or the liquid jostle around when you move it just a little bit.
Cool. What I'd like to do is grab the back of Ramo's gi and pull him to the back of the cart. We're going to the far end.
Okay, he's going to take attack of opportunity if he moves.
I would like to use my action to make a melee attack against the guy who's closest to him. Kind of like wedge myself in between them with an attack action, which will be that.
Kind of
that.
Kind of laying room for that. There.
I got a dirty 20 to hit.
Okay.
And then with that, with me wedging myself kind of like in between them, with that attack action, I can also
roll for damage.
My swashbuckle. It's just going to be slashing damage, and I don't think it's going to do anything. So I wasn't planning on rolling for it.
Right.
But what I wanted to do with this attack actually was with my swashbuckling ability. When I make an attack and I hit, I can also move out of the way without taking a attack of opportunity.
Okay.
So I would like to use this chance to push Roma out of the way towards the back.
To push them, you would have to do a strength contest. You could
Well, not push them.
You
with
can
my
talk to
movement,
them.
'cause I'm off.
Talking is a free action.
Yeah, Ramo, I'm going to grab you by the arm,
Or just
and
tell
you're
them to
coming with-
move.
Yeah.
We're moving to the back of the
There.
caboose.
Alright, so turns to move, and he'll do so on his turn.
Perfect. But with my movement, I'm also moving to the very back.
Right, so how far? Full 35?
Well, with because I didn't use my bonus action yet, so with my bonus action, I can move the whole 60 feet.
Well, you're already in the middle of it, so you don't have 60 feet to go in the room. So we'll put you up against the back
yeah,
entryway.
as far as I can go.
Cool.
Perfect.
In the back shadowed area. Okay, then we've got Rem. Right next to Braun. And they're going to follow Braun's words and run to the back. And then confronted with yet another Dragon Forge next to Lila. They're going to take a passing swipe at them. That's cocked. That's only an 8. That misses. Okay, and they are going to do. And they're going to dodge the rest of their speed to get towards Edrick, taking an attack of opportunity. And the Dragon Forge misses. And as Rem gets behind Edrick, puts an arm around him, and he gets a nice big old grin.
Oh, great.
You fools. Yeah, I'm so much more gullible than I thought you were.
I thought that was way too easy to get him out of his cage.
Eyes start bleeding. With his free hand, Rem rips off the skin, throws it down to the ground, and you see before you Durgan Crawl, one of the dark triads that works with Marriage Oblige and Endovanche.
God damn it. It's Vroom Vroom. I thought the dad was an imposter. Shit.
You're all going to die here.
So, swap out Rem's tag and put that there.
And now I have your father. I hope you've prayed your goodbyes.
And we've got NPC 2. Two. All right, it's the one in front of Ramo. I'm just gonna zip over in front of Ramo and then take 2 strikes at him. It's only a 15, so I believe that misses. Able to use his quarterstaff yet again to dodge the attack, and another 13, so able to dodge those attacks. Now we have Braun, and then 2 NPCs, and then Ramo.
Okay. I think the first thing I'm going to do is use my once per round ability to attack with my shield and try to knock the one in front of me back 10 feet.
All right, go for it.
It's 3 plus 8.
No
That
such
does
luck.
not work. No such luck.
The
Okay.
shield just clings
Okay.
against their armor.
Yeah.
You hear a high pitch. Like a tuning
Okay.
fork.
Now I'm going to use my once per day ring of fire breathing, and I'm going to blow a 15-foot ray of flame on the two of them. That's 3d6 fire damage with a wisdom save of DC 13.
Okay, so first one in front of you fails. The one behind it saves at 15.
Okay. So the one that failed has to flee 15 feet away from me and takes an opportunity attack.
Cool. Let's roll for that damage for that fire first.
Yep. Okay. That is 3d6.
Mm-hmm.
4, 4, and 5. So 13 fire damage. And then he has to flee 15 feet back.
Mm-hmm. The other one would be 6. Go ahead and roll for your attack. No.
Yeah, sorry. Attack of opportunity. 18 plus 8.
Hits.
That's 7 plus 4 of piercing, so it doesn't matter. 11 of piercing. And 5 points of force damage.
Okay.
And it's my own little coup de grace. Third attack, because I'm at 11th level now. I am going to toss a fire grenade at the one in the rear, 20-foot radius. Let's see how accurate I am. That's 12 plus 6 for throwing things. 18.
Okay, you get it to where you want it to get.
Okay. Just so I'm out of the radius, basically. And 2d6 fire damage. 6 and 5. 11 points of fire damage. And a con save of 14, or they are frightened.
It's 3 and 5. It's a natural 20 on the first one. Second one is a 17.
Okay. So neither one of them are frightened. Shit. So they're coming at me. And I will use my bonus action to move just inside the front car, and I will leave my Echo standing where I am. Sorry, bonus action and movement.
All right, say that one more time.
I'm going to use my movement to back up into the front car, and I'm going to leave my Echo standing right where I
Are
am.
you entering into the next car or just next to it?
I'm entering into the next car if there's
Okay.
room.
Not a lot, no. Everyone, again, you guys like to cluster.
Right.
It's party.
And where'd you want to put your Echo?
Where I was originally standing before I left the last car. Yeah. Just hoping to slow him down a bit.
C4. As you enter in, you see Durgan Kroll holding Edrick.
What the fuck?
C4.
the hell happened to Vroom Vroom?
Oh,
He's still
your
dressed
friend
like-
is quite dead.
Oh, god damn it.
Dragonforge is going to take one swing at Lila and one swing at Braun. That's only 7 plus 2. That's a 9 at Lila, so you're able to glance off your shield. And that's a 4 plus 2, that's a 6. So both of you are able to use your shields to dodge the attack. NPC 5. They're going to bust out on top of the train.
Fuck those winged pricks.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll follow us off the train too. Like we're fighting them.
Mm-hmm.
And next we got Ramo, then an NPC, then Lila.
Ramo.
Yep.
He's in the car
Yep.
with
There's the
Soulstar.
Dragonforge, sandwiched between two Dragonforged.
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. He is rather squishy, so we're going to spend another key point to do Step of the Wind so he can disengage and run to the same end of the car as Soul.
Okay.
And then fuck it. Cast a fireball at the back end as long as it doesn't get both of them in it.
Yeah.
So probably either center it on the last Dragonforge, yeah. So that way it gets those
Yeah.
barrels and them. And so they need to make a dex save of 13.
Mm-hmm. And I got to do a structural check for the train as well.
Great. Yeah, and if they save, they take half as much damage.
It's all right.
All right, that's a natural
got
20
two.
for the first one. And a 17 for the second.
So they both save, so they take half of the 8d6. So I'm going to roll those on D&D Beyond.
Alrighty.
D6. Let's do 8
2
of those.
and 1.
Roll. So that's 31 damage, so half would be 15. Points of
Don't
fire
forget
damage.
about those barrels of explosive alcohol.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm feeling that train car might rip in half.
As long as we're on the other side.
Yeah. This
and-
whole front end of the carriage is demolished, blown apart.
Car's disconnected. So probably Ramo and Soul want to maybe get back on Mr. Nibs and get the hell out.
Yeah.
Well, we've got
Ramo-
Applefoot right behind.
So he
The Dragonforge are still there, but like the whole like wall and the top is blown apart.
cool. He's got 40
and
feet
it's
of
barely
movement.
even staying attached to the
Attached.
train.
He's got 40 feet of movement. How far did he move?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Let's do the rest of his movement, so another 15 into the next storage car. Right, there's like wood or whatever back there.
It's the metal one. You guys have to climb up.
That works. And kind of motions for Soul to do the same.
I got a good feeling about this.
You can see that Applefoot is trotting along.
I'm gonna get so many carrots after today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ramo will wait for Soul before trying to
NPC
hop on
3.
horse.
Alright, we got NPC 3 next.
It's a third level slot, so yeah, that's a fireball.
Jump at Echo Bro. Take 2 swipes. It's a natural 20.
I'm gonna get us out.
He's
And
gone.
7. So,
Yeah.
slashes through. And then moves its last 10 feet.
Okay.
And next we got Lila, and then NPC 1, and then end of session. You're all clusterfucked in that little corner right there.
Yeah, we are.
I can protect you if you want to disengage from that guy.
No, there's a couple things I'm debating, but the problem is everything I have is a fucking action, and I'm unlike you guys. I only ever get one action, even all the way to level 20.
Except for your mace, you can attack twice with it.
Well, yeah, I do.
Yeah, you should read it.
Okay.
I also fixed the
Oh.
I also fixed the attack roll, so it's back at +8 without having to override it.
Oh, okay.
And a spiritual weapon.
Yeah, the thing is I was originally thinking before Rem did rip his face off, I was gonna cast the Guardian of Faith to block what's his fuss after I moved me and Edrick out of the way, but that's not going to work. I could cast it behind Dickwad to do damage to him, but that still leaves him trapped.
And us.
I need to get him away. So I guess
Yeah, he's
knowing
holding
that I
on
can
to
attack
Edric.
twice. Yeah, so knowing that I can attack twice with the mace, I think I'm going to try and attack Thingy with that to try and pull
Dragon
Edric
Force in
away.
front of you, or
No.
well, you got to be
Shapeshifter.
specific. Thingy doesn't make
Huh?
sense.
Shady guy.
They're
I'm
gonna
sorry,
crawl.
I forgot it. Crawl. And I'm just gonna ignore and take the hit from the Dragon Forge if I get out of his way. But basically what I'm trying to do is with one hand, grab the arm that's around Edric's neck, and with my mace just whack at Crawl until he lets go. So if I can do 2 hits
Well,
with the mace to try and get him loose.
And disadvantage on that opportunity attack.
you're gonna have to do a precision strike with that mace again, because it's right in front of him.
That's fine. I'm trying to just whack him upset like behind his head to basically try and pull him towards me, and
Go for it.
so that
Give it a shot.
that's fine.
The strength contest.
Strength contest? Okay.
Yeah. So you're trying to grab his arm.
Natural 20.
Cool.
Plus 3. 23. Well, the question is now if I can hit. Ugh. Watch, I'm gonna.
All right.
fucking
So
miss.
you're able to pry his hand off.
Okay. I'm gonna try and just hit. Not bad. That's a 16 plus 8, so 24 to hit.
That does so.
And then. So I still have to roll 2 attacks on it, correct? Or does it.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll both attacks before I do the damage. 13 plus 8, so 21. So both on the mace hit. So that's a d6, so 3 plus 3. What is that? Bludgeoning. So 6 points of bludgeoning. And then 2d6 ice, so 5 plus 2, 7 ice.
Okay.
For the first attack. And then 7 points of bludgeoning on the second, and then 5 plus 3, so 8 points on ice on the second. And since I'm doing this, I will go ahead and, because I have hit, do the branding smite or what have you that my thing does. Let me look at which one it is. Give me my bonus actions, please, because that's what it is. It is. There it is. Okay, and then next time you hit, it deals an additional 2d6 radiant. Okay, so 6 plus 3, so 9 points of radiant on the first attack. Because I'm only going to do that once, because it's one charge from the crystal. And that's it. If I've got Edrick loose,
Mm-hmm.
there's not enough room to run past Crawl. I guess the best thing is just to maneuver myself to where Edrick is between me and
It's not a whole lot of room for
Braun.
you guys to maneuver. Kind of already there.
Yeah, I was just more pulling him away from Crawl to where I'm facing Crawl now. Braun is facing the dude, the Dragonborn, or Dragon Forged. And call it good there, I guess, on my turn, because we can't get out. He's physically blocking. I'd have to push him, and I've already used my action.
Are there still windows along that side of the car? Isn't there a busted window on that car?
Yep.
Okay. Maybe we just throw your dad out the window.
I mean, I can
get on your fucking horse.
I don't know. I don't know if summoning the steed would be an action or bonus action or whichever, but that would probably have to wait till next turn for us to summon it back and jump on it. But yes, that was the thought.
Yeah.
My main thing was getting him away from Crawl.
Yeah.
So I think, I'm good.
Okay. NPC 1. Where'd you go? 5. Top. 3. 4.
Why is my phone going off? Oh, that's not that phone. That's my work phone. Why is my work phone going?
35. Jumps up in front of by Soul Star. And it's going to use its fire breath.
No.
So that's going to be. It's 2d6 dex save for half. Got to beat 13. 8 points of fire damage.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to use my evasion. So, I can.
Okay.
Yeah. Dexterity save. That's a 25.
Okay.
So, instead of half damage, I would like to preferably take no damage.
Cool. And that's its move, and we will stop back at start back up at the top of the round on our next session with Soul Star. Cool. And that would be the 20th.
I will be busy that day.
Okay. Do you want to try to go for next week or the week after?
27th, because I will be in Chicago for the Critical Role live show on Thursday, and we'll be back on Monday.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It's Thursday, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
probably
then
27th.
if we have the energy to walk around C2E2 that weekend, so because that's happening that same weekend.
Nice.
So you guys want to do the 27th then? Or the
It should
13th?
work. I'll have to check my calendar, but I don't think I have anything on it.
Travis?
Yeah. That'll work. 27th.
Cool.
20th is my birthday, so I will be busy.
No worries. All right,
Happy
so we have it
birthday.
slotted for the 27th. All right, I'll post it in the group chat. And thanks again for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for doing all the things. Thanks for playing. Always a fun time with you guys. Looking forward to the next stage of this battle. We'll see you next time on the Natural 1's TTRPG channel. Good night, good luck, peace, love, and respect.